Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you've never been here at BrainFLoTv before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on BrainFLoTv. You know, you young, you out here, you living life, you living your best life, you doing your thing. You said to the homies, listen, let's go down to Texas and have some fun for the weekend or whatnot. It's the holidays. We could rent out an Airbnb, get a whole house, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's 3 of us, 4 of us, whatever. Somebody gonna sleep in the living room. We're gonna go out. We're gonna party. We're gonna take in the Houston scene. We're gonna eat some good Texas barbecue. Go to some of these clubs. We might end up at Onyx, which is a strip club in Texas. See some big booties shaking, all that stuff. Get to know some of these Texas women because they said everything is bigger in Texas and all this. And then you end up not making it back from the trip because of one of those girls that you met while you were on your trip. All you wanted to do was have fun, but your fun ended your life. Let's talk about this story right here, right? So, a New Jersey man, he's all the way from New Jersey. He decided with the homies that he was going to head on down to Texas and have some fun. As you're looking at this picture, the person to the left of your screen, his name is Gregory Moore. He was murdered. The person to the right of your screen, he's the one that did the murdering. I don't know if it's me looking at the pictures, but they kind of look alike. At first, I thought it was the same person. So I says to myself, well, it looks like she had a type. Anyhow, so a Houston man, this is how the story went. A Houston man was sentenced to decades in prison after he pleaded guilty to fatally shooting a New Jersey man in a jealous ambush. This story was printed on radaronline.com at first. Now, according to Harris County District Attorney's Office, Gregory L. Moore and 3 of his friends, all the way from New Jersey, decided that they were going to pack up, travel down to Texas. It's June, summertime, it's hot. There's a lot going on in Texas. And they were going to get an Airbnb and they were going to go chill out. That's over in Spring, Texas. Okay, it was all fun, all good. Because while they were there, the parties was jumping. All the parties were hot. They were having a lot of fun. They were meeting a lot of people. Moore and his friends went to several clubs, several restaurants in the area, and they met and exchanged numbers with several women because the women were out. And y'all know how that goes already, right? You from up north, you talk fast, you have a different swag, you have a different kind of accent and all that. There's a lot of out-of-town girls or down south Texas girls that dig that. Just like how there's a lot of up north girls that dig that down south accent. So I guess it's something like people want what they can't have or want what's not around them. It's something new. It's something fresh. It's something different. You dress different. You talk different. You act different kind of thing. It's a whole fresh new experience, I guess. Well, they were out there in Texas having a lot of fun all the way from New Jersey. On June 28th, right, Moore returned to his Airbnb with one of the women they had met over the weekend and had exchanged numbers with. You know, it's going to be that one. And then you go to the club, you meet this one, y'all vibe for the night. Everybody is drinking. We pop a couple bottles, having fun. And it's like, yo, it's such a vibe. Let's take this back to the house. And you know you in Texas and you like, man, let me see if I could slide up in something before I leave. Get me a little bit of pootang for the holiday, something to remember, or maybe even form a lasting relationship. You never know. So when I double back, come back this way, then I have somebody who I could directly link to instead of having to go to an Airbnb. People meet, you know, politic and formulate relationships this type of way. Anyways, whatever the situation is, he ends up taking this young lady home back to the Airbnb with him. At that time, that woman was dating the person you see in this picture on the right. She was dating James Ray Lane, who prosecutors said was able to track his girlfriend down by looking at her cell phone location. This is a warning for a lot of you who go traveling, you hook up with people, you take them back to the Airbnb, you smash, you chill, you do whatever you do. Please know that you might be hooking up with somebody's boo. And I'm talking about somebody as in a psycho. They're not home sleeping, waiting for their cheating spouse to come back home. They're out lurking with a flashlight and a gun in the middle of the night. And they got all these apps and following devices nowadays. It ain't too hard. And trackers, it's not too hard for somebody to find you where you're at. So you got to be careful. You don't want to go out of town on a little vacation and end up dead because of somebody you met who was actually a cheater and didn't want to tell you. And I know some people don't even care. They're like, so what? You got a man. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Come on, come back to the house with me. Okay. So Lane, the jealous boyfriend, he drove to the location. He exited his vehicle. According to reports, he exited the vehicle with a flashlight and a handgun. This man was prepared because this is the wee hours of the morning when it's dark out. And he knew and had enough sense to bring a flashlight so he could see where he was going and what he was about to do. So he exited the vehicle with a flashlight and a gun. And then it says that he assaulted Moore and his girlfriend. He caught the New Jersey dude, chilling with his girl, and he beat both of them. Bang, bang, boom, bang, bang. Beat him up at gunpoint. So, of course, no one was trying to fight back, right? Because he has a live gun in his hand and he was crazy enough. I could imagine how surprised she was when she seen her man pop up. And she all the way over here tucked off in some exclusive neighborhood in some nice little Airbnb corner with strange dude from out of town. And her man shows up. He then pistol whipped both of them before shooting Moore several times. He pistol whipped this girl. He pistol whipped dude. Then he shot him multiple times after pistol whipping him. Then he took his girl. Get your ass in the car. And she gets in the car. Hell, most females would have gotten in the car. You at gunpoint. Or you would have been smart and ran, because I don't know if you're going to kill me and push me out of the car down the street. Either way, she got in the car according to the police report, and they left the scene together. The scene where he had just committed murder. He murked that man and took his girl away from him. He unalived him and took his girl away from him. Through cell phone data and witness accounts, detectives were able to identify Lane as Moore's killer, and he was arrested just a few days later. And on October 17th of 2023, he pled guilty to murder in connection with the death of Moore. At an October 30th hearing, a judge sentenced him to 22 years behind bars, and the DA's office announced that. God damn. Shout out to Radar Online for this. This was planned, they said. This was premeditated. Of course it was. He knew to take a flashlight with him. This was planned. It was premeditated on an unsuspecting visitor to Houston. And there had to be consequences, is what the district attorney Kim Ogg said. Assistant District Attorney Cassie Herring said, who prosecuted the case, said, this was a jealous ambush. He ran up to them with a flashlight and a gun and ended up shooting him 9 times. Officials said that Lane must serve at least half of his prison sentence before he becomes eligible for parole. If you ask me, that really ain't no justice, because he got sentenced to 22 years. So he will do about 11, and then he'll be eligible for parole. If he's a model prisoner, he'll be out in 12 years, tops, right? And then he'll do the rest of it on probation or parole. Sorry. But damn, for taking a life like that. I guess they factored in the aggravating factor, and the aggravating factor was his female was lying to him. She was cheating on him. He was upset. He was emotionally driven and overcome, and he ended up doing stupidness. He probably could have went in court and said, listen, I brought my gun with me for protection. I didn't hear from her, and usually we talk all the time right throughout the day until she gets home. She disappeared, and I thought something was wrong with her. So I took a flashlight, I took my gun, and I went looking for her because I thought she was in danger. And when I found her and seen what the situation was, I was just so upset, and I already had the gun on me. So it went from one thing to another. You know, he was saying a lot of stuff which was really insulting and whatnot, and I should have walked away, and I didn't. Boom, ends up with 22 years. Had he been hit with malicious murder, he would have had 50 years, 60 years. Had the story been that him and his girl actually lure guys from out of town, plan a robbery, and allow her boyfriend to be able to track where she's at, meaning she will then be leading him to your location. Hey guys, stay woke, because this happens a lot. You at an Airbnb out of town, you met some honeys, some shorties from out of town. They're just showing you a nice time, and next thing you know, your door's getting kicked in at the Airbnb you're at. That's because her location can be followed by her boyfriend or by the people that she's working with to set you up. So you think it's all good. You left the club with this fine ass little shorty, and you think, oh, I'm about to go smash and we're going to have a good time and whatnot. My time in Miami is just going to be fun. And then boom, they're on you. You could get set up. And I was thinking that's what happened in this case right here. Maybe this was supposed to be a robbery that ended up being this. But it was proven in court that his girl was just cheating, and he caught her, and it ended badly. Either way, leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Be careful out there. This ain't back in the 80s or 90s. We live in a whole different world. I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.